Good morning, guys. Welcome to my replay viewers. Thank you guys so much for jumping in, checking out my broadcast. Sorry I missed you live. I'm so glad you guys took some time to check it out. What is up to my live crew this morning? Great to see you all this morning. So glad to have you here. I appreciate you guys coming in to hang out with me on this Thursday morning. Good morning to you, Kat. Good to see you, girl. Keith Jowers. Good morning to you. Glenda's here. Good morning to you, Glenda. Appreciate you, Tammy. Great morning to you. I see you, Camille. Great morning to you, Camille. Michael. Good morning to you, Tammy. I see you. We're ready to go. We're ready to do this thing, aren't we? Brian and Tracy, I see you. Jackie, great morning to you. Alex, I see you on YouTube. Y'all are amazing, and I appreciate you coming right in with me first thing this morning. We're going to continue the conversation that we started earlier this week on the topic of branding. And thank you, Camille. I do feel a lot better today. I appreciate you. Was feeling under the weather yesterday, guys. So I appreciate you giving me a day off yesterday. But we're going to pick right up where we left on Tuesday talking about branding. Branding, I gave you guys a bunch of tips on Tuesday to either start up or level up your brand in the new year. Hopefully that was helpful for you. I gave you a challenge to pick one of those things. Good morning to you, Megan. Thanks so much for letting me know it's your first time from the UK, and I'm so glad you're here. Everybody throw some love at Megan, right? Give Megan from Periscope is her first time, so I'm so glad you're here, Megan. I gave you guys 5 things on Tuesday to challenge you with. I asked you to pick one and really put some focus on that. So we're going to pick up from that today. And today what I'm just going to talk about is some very simple but very strategic ways that you can spark growth in your brand, specifically leveraging social media. As always, I want to give you things you can use, you can leverage, and get some real results from. So that's what we're going to give you today. 7. Actually, I put 7. It's so funny. What did I say? I put 7 in the chat stream, I think. But actually, or maybe I didn't put a number. I actually have 9 of these. We're gonna have to go quick because I got a lot of stuff to cover with you this morning. I'm gonna give you some good stuff this morning, all right? So get ready and get ready to take some notes. All you guys that know me, you know who I am, you know how I roll. I'd love to have you hit the share button. Those guys that are your first time, if you've never seen me, if you don't know who I am, I'm so glad you're here. I would love for you to give me a hashtag first time in the chat stream and let me know because my crew would love to make you feel welcome. And then if you're on the replay, I want you to know I love my replay viewers. I appreciate my replay viewers. I'm sorry you missed this live, but I'm glad you're here. I want you to know that I do see your comments and interactions even on a replay. So if you want to give me a hashtag replay and you want to comment throughout the broadcast, I do see those comments and I do respond to those as well, all right? On that note, guys, we are going to roll because you know I do not waste my time and I choose not to waste yours, so let's jam. All right, y'all, that is who I am. That is what I do. Justin Kaplan Pro is my name. JustinKaplanPro.com is my website. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist that specializes in helping startup entrepreneurs turn your passion, your gifting into a profitable and sustainable brand that rises up in this challenging digital marketplace and draws in those 21st century consumers that want and need what you have to offer. Guys, I broadcast live every single weekday from Tuesday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hooking you guys up with business building tips, hacks, and principles, anything I can give you to help you grow your business, expand your ministry, bring your vision to life, and grow that brand of yours online in this digital marketplace. All right. Shall we dive right straight into this? We're talking today about some simple and strategic ways to spark growth in your brand leveraging social media. As always, I will summarize my points for you at the end of the broadcast, but I do challenge you to take your own notes and capture the information that applies to you. All right? I'm going to start you out with my quote of the day. It's one of my quotes of the day for today. And my quote that I'm going to give you today, I say this every once in a while, especially when I'm talking about branding, but it's just a great reminder, especially with social media. My quote for you is, every single thing you currently are and are not doing on social media is forming your brand identity. Every single thing you currently are and are not doing on social media is forming your brand identity. What does that mean? That means that every single post you are currently making is forming your brand identity. That's not just business posts, that's everything. Every post, every interaction, every time you show up, every time you don't show up, every time you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, every time you throw political garbage posts out with all this political garbage that's going on, that applies. All of these things. Michelle's first timer this morning too. I love it. Michelle from Florida. Thanks so much for letting me know, Michelle. I'm so glad you're here. Everything that you're currently doing and not doing on social media is forming your brand identity. Every interaction that people have with you is giving them the opportunity to see who you are, what you're about, what you're doing, and give them a good idea of what your brand is about, what your mission is, and what type of person you are. So be very, very cognizant of that, because even the statement that says, when you're looking for an answer for someone, sometimes when you get no answer, you're still getting an answer. It's the same thing when you're working with your brand and your business online. When you show up and you post and you engage and you're doing things with your brand, you're giving people things to see. But sometimes not showing up is also telling them everything they need to know about you. So be aware of that. And I wanna just kind of run off that statement as we go into this. All right. The first one I'm gonna give you, number one, and I'm going to go through these pretty quick because I've got 9 of them I'm going to cover with you this morning. Number one is do your research. Do your research. Now, I challenge you to do your research no matter what stage you're in, whether you are at the very front end, ground floor, or whether you've been in business for a long time and you've been running for a while, you got an established brand. It's very, very good practice. It's just good business to do your research and understand who's playing the game with you. All right, who's out there actually engaging and doing things that you're doing? I have one day every month, every 30 days at the end of the month where I plan a Friday afternoon, and I usually plan between 4 and 6 hours to thoroughly do research on my market, my specialty, and my competition. It's important. I review my competition every single month. I spend a good block of time every single month doing that because I want to make sure that I will never be caught off guard by a competitor. Now, there's a lot of people, I just want you to get this, there's a lot of people in the marketplace, influencers and gurus and coaches that'll tell you, listen, you don't have to be competitive. There's plenty of fish in the sea, and there's plenty of money in the market for you to do you and them to do them. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Just do you. Okay, that's nice, but that's not sound business advice, all right? You need to understand who is in your market that has potential to take market share out of your pocket. What does that mean? That means that every single one of us have competitors. Every single one of us have direct competition. There are people in your neighborhood around your corner that are playing the game that you're playing, and they have opportunity to take potential clients that are considering you and attract them to them. You need to be aware of who those people are. I have those people in my life. I keep my eye on at least 3 competitors all the time. Sometimes it's up to 5. And when I look at those, I'm just looking at what are they doing. I know who these people are. They're on my radar. Doesn't mean I have a problem with them. Doesn't mean they're doing anything wrong. It's just mean I want to know what they're up to because I need to know what's attractive to you as my consumer. I need to know who out there may be rising up and teaching some great content on branding, offering some great website design techniques, offering some great services and programs for coaching. I need to be aware if someone rise up because you know what? I came out of nowhere. When I started, I came out of nowhere and I hit the market in February 2016, 4 years ago. I hit the market and I rose up quick. And I started connecting to people. I started growing. I started making some moves and getting some things done. And I made some waves for some people. And there were some competitors of mine that did not see me come in. And they weren't ready for what I was going to do. And so I need to be aware of that, right? It's very, very important to understand who's out there playing the game with you. Do your research. Now, along with doing your research and just understanding your competition, it's also very important just to do your research on your market. What's going on in your lane? What's going on in your particular field of business? What's going on in your consumers' buying habits and your behaviors? What's new in your industry? That's important too, to understand what's new and upcoming. And are you current with the trends and the things that your clients are looking for, the help that they're looking for? The other thing too is just doing research on content that's out there. just taking time to research your brand, research your lane, research your niche, and research your competition, committing time to doing that on a consistent basis is very, very good business, and it'll help your mindset, keeping you laser focused on what it is that you need to do, and it'll help you hone your craft as well. All right, so that's number one, is doing your research. And I don't care what level you grow, you always need to do your research. Always. I do it every month. I've been doing it every month since I started, and that comes from my corporate background where I worked 15 years in corporate business. I had to. That was a mandate for me. Every single month, the minimum, I had to go and walk all my competition. I had to go test their customer service. We would do customer service calls. I would be looking at their pricing. I would as soon as their ad dropped, I'd have one of my team go over and pull one of their ads so we could look at it and see what they were doing. We constantly did research on our market, our town, our consumer buying behaviors, all the things we need to know to run our business intelligently. That's what I'm challenging you to do this morning, is to position yourself to run your business intelligently, all right? Number two is don't just check the box with your business every single day. It's very easy to do. And I've done this. I've I've got myself in this position before until I recognized that I'm just checking the box today. This is what this means to me. My challenge for you is it's very easy to establish a schedule for how you do what you do. So Justin I'm going to go live every single day at 8 a.m. And then by 10 a.m. I'm going to have, a post on Instagram and a post on LinkedIn. I'm going to have my video uploaded to YouTube later. Then I'm going to work on my clients and my books. And then this afternoon, I'm going to do this and that. And I'm just going to do all these things. And it's methodical. And that's nice. Methodical's nice. It's good to have what I call a daily ritual process, that you have a process that you flow in. But one of the things that I do, and I've been doing this for a long time, probably since I started, it's just the way I'm wired, but one of the things that I do is I try to do at least one thing unconventional every single day. One thing spur of the moment. One thing, and I think really what it is, I try to be super sensitive to the Lord's leading. And I try to be super sensitive to the prompt. When you get that prompting, what I'm talking about? Where you're just you're in the middle of doing your same old, and all of a sudden you get prompted, make that phone call. You get prompted, look that up. You get prompted, write this down. You get prompted, create this thing. And so I try intentionally to look for those promptings and be aware of those promptings and to act on those immediately. And I try to do something every day that's spontaneous. Does that make sense? And I'll tell you, the funny thing is if I can intentionally choose to do at least one thing every day that's spontaneous, I swear, every day, that spontaneous thing is almost often the most powerful thing of my day every day. I did something spontaneous on Tuesday. First thing in the morning, man. I came down here and I had my plan for what I was going to do and a couple things I was going to do in the morning before my live stream. And I felt prompted to write an email. And I'm like, I could do that later, but I feel like I need to do it now. I'm going to do it now. So I pulled up the person I felt I needed to write the email to, and it actually took me 45 minutes. It took 45 minutes to do some research on something, review some things, and type this email out and send it to this person to give them some insight, some wisdom, and some ideas about what I see with their brand. And I sent that off, and it made some waves. It was good, but I think it was good. And still, I'm waiting to see what the Lord does with that and why I felt prompted to do that. But it was just, it's acting in a moment. Sometimes it's like, you know what? I need to get on social media and I need to reach out to someone and just pour into them. So some of it's, and I do this all the time. Some of you guys have been on the receiving end of this. Sometimes I just feel prompted to call some people. And I do this occasionally where I'll just feel prompted to call some people. So what I'll do is I'll be like, you know what? I'm just going to go through my chat. So I pull up a broadcast. I'll go through all the people that were in my chat for that day. So maybe it's Tamikia, maybe it's Tammy, maybe it's Dale, maybe it's Autumn, maybe it's Christy, and I'll go through and I'll look at people that were engaging in my broadcast this morning. I'll pull up Facebook Messenger. I'll see if we're friends on Messenger. And if we're friends on Messenger, I'll call you. Call you right through Messenger. Tamikia, what's up, girl? It's Justin Kevin. Man, you're on my mind. And I'm just in the mood to just chat with you for a bit. Are you free to talk for like 10 minutes? Justin, this is actually a bad time. All right, could I call you back At 9, would that work? Yep, 9 will be perfect. I just want to talk to you and see how you're doing. No strings attached. I'm not trying to manipulate or maneuver anything. I just want to talk to you. I just feel prompted to call some people, and I do that, and spontaneous. So this number 2 is challenge you not to get yourself in such a rhythm or a rut where you just follow day by day mundane practices every single day, and you don't find a way to invigorate your business and invigorate your brand. Because the most powerful thing that you can do, y'all, is leverage what goes on up in here and leverage that prompting that the Lord gives you and act on it. Does that make sense? Give me a yes in the chat room if that makes sense. Good morning, Mama Cap'n. Thanks for coming in, Mom. Don't just check the box. That's number 2. Number 3 is congruency matters. Congruency matters significantly, all right? If you are, especially with social media, what does that mean? I want you to understand this, that when people are looking to get information from you and they're looking to check you out and learn more about you, the first thing they're going to do, the first place they're going to go is Google. They're going to Google you. If you haven't done this for yourself recently, I challenge you to go to Google yourself and see what you see on Google. Because that's what your audience is seeing. People will say to me, Justin, I'm ready to build my brand. I'm ready to take control of my brand and really start building this brand. And I'll tell them, listen, the first thing you need to understand is your brand is already established currently. And your brand is currently being managed by Google. So if someone is wanting to look you up and check you out, and they go to Google, Google is currently your brand manager. So if you're not doing anything to impact or influence your own personal brand, your brand is currently managed by Google, and Google will show people whatever they feel like showing them. Question is, what are they showing them if people are looking you up? And this isn't just for startup businesses. This is for employment as well. If you're going out to interview for a job, your hiring manager is looking you up on Google and Facebook before you show up for that interview. Absolutely. I did it all the time. And I worked in a very high level corporate position in corporate business, and it was common practice for someone, before you bring in an interview candidate, you Google them and you look them up on Facebook just to get an idea what kind of person. I have canceled interviews due to what I saw on Google and what I saw on Facebook prior, because what I saw on Google on Facebook didn't align with the perfect little picture they gave me on their resume, and nix those things. So be aware of what's there. So when I say congruency matters, it's important for you to take control of that and impact that. So first thing you gotta do is Google yourself and figure out what the heck is there. And if there's anything that's working against you or is unsightly, you gotta deal with that. How do I deal with that? Click the thing that's unsightly, go to the website where it's there, and figure out what you gotta do to get that out of there and get that hidden. That's the first problem. The second is, some people will Google you and they won't find anything. They won't find anything about you, anything about your business. That is because you have not established your congruency in the social space. So congruency is about locking down all of your handles and platforms and names on every social platform. I was talking to a potential client yesterday and talking about their brand, want create a clothing line, which I'm so excited about. Carice, it's such an awesome opportunity. So I was talking to this person about what we need to do. I said, one of the first things we got to do is secure your name. I said, do you have a name for your brand? Yes, I do. Do you have a logo for it? Yes, I do. Have you bought the domain yet? No. I said, you need to buy the domain now. You need to get that thing, secure your domain. And one of the first things we need to do is we need to secure your brand on every social network. Doesn't mean that you got to be active and engaging on every social network, but we've got to establish your brand on every social network. Facebook, Facebook Business, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Snapchat, TikTok, Periscope, everywhere. We want to establish your name. Get a professional profile set up there, lock down your handle, get your business name, your bio, your title, and a link to wherever you want them to go so that you get that congruency established. And once you do that, if you establish your domain and you establish that congruency across social media, then when someone goes to Google and they Google you, Google says, all right, there's a website, there's a domain name, there's 7 different social networks, all with the same name, same handle, same bio, same picture. This is who you're looking for, and boom, your Google search results now show congruency. They show what you want them to see, and then they can just pick and choose where they want to engage with you. All right, so congruency is one of the first most significant things that you can do to take over what people will find when they search for you on Google. Does that make sense? All right, that's important. Congruency matters. Number 4, let's keep jamming. Number 4 is have small strategic goals every single day. Small strategic goals every single day. Good morning, Beth Hoover. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate you. This really goes along with don't check the box, but as you go through your day by day, let me give it to you this way. Every single day, I challenge you. We all got big goals, big dreams, big things we're working for this year. But I challenge you on a daily basis to shrink your change and give yourself something small and strategic every single day to get accomplished. It doesn't have to be massive, but it does have to be strategic. It's got to be something where you're tactical. Being tactical is making moves that are well thought out, well planned, and you know what your end goal is. It's like playing chess with your business. I can see the game that I'm playing. I know the end result is I need to get to that king. So I'm going to make this move here because that's going to position me and it's going to get me ready for my next step. All right. So, and Cree said, she said it perfectly. Cree said, that's what I need to do. Make small goals so I don't feel overwhelmed. Because listen, without those small strategic goals, it's very, very easy to get, first of all, overwhelmed if you don't have small steps that you've defined to take. So it's very, very easy to get in a state of overwhelm. But even worse than that, overwhelm is not what happens necessarily with most people. What happens with most people is a complete stagnant lack of progress. That's what happens to most people. Most people will be like, oh man, I got this happened, that happened, this thing happened, that thing happens. Today wasn't, let me get back to this tomorrow. And then it's let me get back to this tomorrow. And then it's let me get back to this next week. And then it's, oh my gosh, January's over and we're at February 6th and I haven't done anything that I was set out to do yet this year. Now I'm feeling overwhelmed. Right? Even yesterday, I didn't feel good yesterday. I woke up with a terrible migraine, kind of rattled my day. I adjusted some things, did some things, and I slept majority of the day yesterday because I just felt awful. But I still, as I was awake and as I was thinking, I was planning, I was even laying in bed, I'm like, I've got to get some things mapped out. And so I laid in my bed with my phone yesterday, and I took a ton of notes on some things that I was thinking about. I did some research on something that I needed to do some research on, and I took advantage of the fact that I was laying comfortably in bed, and I worked on some notes on my phone, and I still accomplished some things yesterday, even though I felt like crap yesterday. That's because I have a mindset that I'm programmed every day. I have to accomplish something that's going to work to my advantage. So having small strategic goals every single day will keep you progressing no matter what happens, because stuff happens, right? Stuff happens. You're going to have bad days. You have full schedules. You have things that go on, but that should not stop you from intentionally facilitating progress in your business on a daily basis. So creating small strategic goals, shrink your change, will keep you progressing. And it'll feel so good because even if you get through a week, or maybe the week didn't turn out quite the way you thought it was going to, you can still look back and be like, I got some of these key things accomplished, and it was strategic. Alexis, good morning, girl. Thanks for the invite on Periscope. I appreciate it, all right? Let's keep going. Number 5. We're talking about simple and strategic ideas to spark growth in your brand, especially leveraging social media. Number 5 is focus on engagement, and growth will come. Focus on engagement, and growth will come. This is the problem with a lot of people, especially in the early stage, but it's really every stage. A lot of entrepreneurs, especially online entrepreneurs, get this mentality where they think that, man, if I could just get more friends on my friends list, I'd get more engagement. If I could just get more likes on my business page, I would get more engagement. If I could just get more followers on Periscope, I'd get more people coming into my videos. If I could just get more Twitter followers, if I could just get more people on my email list, if I could just get more, I would get more. Wrong. Somebody put hashtag wrong in the chat stream. Everybody put hashtag wrong in the chat stream. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to finish my point until I see it. Wrong. Hashtag wrong. That's not how it works. Focus on engagement and growth will come. The problem is a lot of people have this mentality where they focus on growth, hoping that it's going to get them more engagement. Listen, if you've got 50 followers and your content sucks or your focus is off and you're not getting any engagement, it doesn't matter if you go from 50 followers to 500 followers. If people aren't engaging with you at 50, they're not engaged with you at 500 either. You don't have a follower problem. You have a content problem. You have a brand problem. If people aren't engaged with you, that's a root issue. You need to focus on creating the type of brand, creating the type of content, creating the type of visuals, creating the type of presence that makes people want to engage with you. So if you shift your focus to I need to get more to I need to give more, that's when you really start growing. Because listen, I say this all the time. You can write this one down too. When you serve effectively, the sale happens naturally. When you serve effectively, the growth will happen naturally. When you shift your focus from what can I get to what can I give, it changes your audience. Y'all agree with that? Because listen, I don't have a solid audience of people. I got 57 people that are following me live or watching this broadcast live across 5 different networks right now, okay? So these people, all of you that come in and watch me every single day, you don't come in here every single day expecting to give me anything. Right? I don't think a single one of you came to this broadcast expecting to give me anything today. Other than your attention, you came expectant to receive. You came with a receiving mindset today. Oh, I got to get adjust this broadcast because I knew he was going to unload it on this morning. We're talking about branding, and I need this help. I need this ideas, and he's gonna fuel me. Nobody's coming to the marketplace today looking to give you anything. They're looking to get from you. Looking to receive from you, looking for you to pour into them. So if you are going to your market today looking for what can I get from these people, you have missed the boat today. Because there isn't a single person in the market today that's looking to give you anything. You got to earn it. And the people that do actually eventually make a commitment to invest in you, it's because you've poured into them. Listen, I want you to get this. This is a branding tip of the day. This is the branding tip of the year. Okay? I want you to understand this. I wholeheartedly believe that you have to be investing in your audience before they will invest in you. You have to invest in your audience before they'll invest in you. Some of y'all are coming today looking for, I need to close a sale. I need to get a deal. I need to get a contract. I need to get it. Your mind's wrong. I don't approach my business at all every single day. There's never a day where I turn on this live broadcast and come out here thinking to myself, what can I get today? It's always, what can I give today? And so when I say that you got to be investing in your audience before they'll be willing to invest in you, it doesn't mean I need to invest my money in you. I need to be investing time in you, energy in you, resources in you, tactics, ideas, phone calls, messages, emails, resources, books, support, guidance, wisdom. I invest all of that in you. All the time. Every day. I invest all of that in you. And then there's a percentage of you that will receive that. You'll actually do something with it, and you realize Justin knows what he's talking about. And I want to go beyond this free stuff that I get every single morning. I want him in my pocket. I want to be able to have one-on-ones with him. Let me see how I can hire him, and then you make your own decision to hire me. I don't sell stuff for a living. I serve people for a living. I'm not a salesman. People come to me asking me how they can invest in me. I'm like, this is your option. This would be my pleasure to serve you. If you wanted to make an investment, this is where you're at. This is what I would do if I was you. How does that feel? Sounds good. How can I pay you? Pay right here. I attract. That's attraction marketing at its finest, where you can position yourself to attract people to you. And what happens when you build it, this is the heart of branding. That's what branding is. Branding is not just a logo and a color scheme and a fancy website. Branding is a method. Your method. It's your business, your mission, the way you work, the way you operate. It's about positioning yourself in a way to attract the kind of clientele that want and need what you have to offer. When you get your branding done right, and you get your messaging done right, and you get your content done right, and you position yourself in the right place at the right time with the right message in front of the right people, you'll have paying customers coming to you asking you how they can pay you. And then when they pay you, they thank you for allowing them to pay you. That's where you want to be. That's when you're doing it right. So, focus on engagement and growth will come. Your mission should not be how can I get more? It's how can I give more to engage this audience and show people that I'm the one for them. Does that make sense? Give me a yes in the chat stream if that makes sense, all right? That's number 5. Number 6, these last 4 I'm going to go real quick, all right? Number 6 is get reviews. Get reviews. Powerful, all right? Even if you don't have a paying client yet, whatever your gift is, whatever your gift is, whatever you're doing, whatever you're offering, test it on people. Reach out to some folks that you've connected to through social and tell them, listen, I've created this program. I would love to take you through it. No charge to you. I would love to just see how this works for you. Would you be interested in going through it with me? Yeah, absolutely. I'd love it. All I ask in return is you give me a review. Perfect. I did this early on. I got my first 5 reviews from clients for free. I did some branding for people. I'm like, would you tell people about the process of working with my branding? Absolutely. And I got started getting some reviews. So very simple. Find ways to test your methods or work your program on a audience of people, and then ask them to give you a review and ask them to post their review on your Facebook business page. Facebook business page. If you don't have a business page, create one now. All right? And turn on reviews, turn on ratings, and then you try your stuff. You have people leave a review on your Facebook business page. Justin, don't I want my review on my website? Yes. Don't I want my review on my... Yes, but I want them to post the review on your Facebook business page. The reason is this. When someone Googles your business, if you have a Facebook business page, no matter your website, your content, how many social networks you're on, you can have everything everywhere. But when someone Googles your business, one of the number one things that will rise to the top of Google search results is a Facebook business page. I honestly don't know why. Google likes Facebook, or Facebook's so powerful that it just hits the algorithm just right. I don't know why. Even with myself, I've been doing this for a long time, and I have a lot of stuff. I have tremendous saturation in the marketplace. Websites, programs, everything, all that. It's all there. But what's still today, when you Google my business, my Facebook page comes up in one of the top 2 or 3 things. I've had times where my Facebook business page will rise above my website. It'll show above my website, which is crazy. But what's powerful is when your Facebook business page shows up on Google, if you have a star rating and if you have reviews, that will show up in your Google search results, which is tremendous. It's tremendous for the consumer, because if someone goes and Googles Justin Kaplan Pro today, if you've never seen me before, my Facebook business page will show, and it'll say 5-star rating from these number of views, and you can click that and it'll send you right to my reviews. So if you're brand new, you've never worked with a client ever, and you can get some people giving you some reviews, and someone has an opportunity to look you up, someone might Google you, your Facebook business page will rise to the top, and it'll say 5-star rating and reviews. They can click on the reviews and get some great reviews from you. That sincerely may be all the confirmation that they need to hire you. Because when people are considering hiring you, they're looking for some confirmation. And if you don't have a whole ton of stuff that you can show them, that alone can be enough. That alone can be enough, because it honestly doesn't take much. People just need confidence that you are who you say you are and that you have the ability to serve them well. Getting reviews and posting those reviews on your Facebook business page so they show up on Google is a tremendous way to accomplish that. All right? That's number 6. That's hot. Do it, okay? Number 7, real fast, is just stand the test of time. Stand the test of time. You need to have an unwavering commitment to your brand this year. Non-negotiable, unwavering. You can't have an on day and an off day. You can't have an on week and an off week. You can't have an on month and an off month. Unwavering commitment to your brand where you establish who you are, you establish what you're going to do, and you go out and do it, and you do it without fail. You execute without fail. I mean, those guys that have been with me for a while and followed me from the beginning. My first 2 years, I was a machine. Didn't miss a day. Didn't care whether I was sick, whether I was down, nothing. Every day. And some of y'all know my testimony. And some of y'all know that 2016, the year that I started broadcasting, 2016 was the absolute hardest year of my life. Personally, professionally, spiritually, financially, every possible attack that you could have imagined, we went through it. Every single day was something. It was terror. That year was terrorizing to me. But every single day, live. What's up, y'all? Justin Kaufman Pro here. Super excited to pour into you today and talk to you guys about branding, marketing, and building a business online. I will unload content on you. My energy was up. My intention was there. I served you. I connected to you, and then I wrapped up my broadcast, hung this up, and then walked back into the storm of my life. Every day. Not a single person in my audience had a clue what I was going through in that year, and I didn't even tell my testimony until 2 years later about what I went through. I was relentless, which is why I'm writing a book right now called Relentless, because I was relentless about my mission and my brand. I was unwavering. And I've had so many people, so many clients now that after hiring me, they told me, Justin, one of the things that's been most appealing to you is that you've stood the test of time. You've been here. You've been through it. You've hung in when most other people have fallen off. And I know that you're not going anywhere. You're only going up. And I want to ride that train with you. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. It's a commitment. It really is a commitment to my craft and a commitment to my business. I'm relentless. You got to be relentless about who you are and what you're doing, y'all. Stand the test of time. I'm just gonna say this because I don't want to leave this point without saying this. People are paying attention to you, all right? So I said at the very beginning with my quote of the day, every single thing you are currently doing and not doing is forming your brand identity. People are paying attention to you to see if you really are who you say you are. They're paying attention to you to see if you are, to see if you're going to last, to see if you're for real. To see if this is just a trend or a wave or a thing, or if you're really going to do what you said you were going to do. Victoria's got her ticket. That's right, buddy. Stand the test of time. That's a decision. That's a decision. You don't if you want to stand the test of time, that's not a decision that you make at the beginning that's not a decision that you make throughout being like, you know what, I'm gonna hang in there for another month. I'm gonna hang in there for another week. I'm gonna hang in there for another day. That's not a decision that you make on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis. That's a decision that you make at the beginning. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to succeed. Failure's not an option. There's a great quote by maybe Zig Ziglar, I can't remember. It says, when obstacles arise, you change your direction to reach your goal. You do not change your decision to get there. I think that's Zig Ziglar. I can't remember. When obstacles arise, you change your direction to reach your goal. You do not change your decision to get there. All right? Stand the test of time. Number 8, establish a recognizable standard. Establish a recognizable standard. I think you guys would agree with me that I have a very recognizable standard for my business. I have a standard of the way I operate. I have a standard for my content. I have a standard for the value that I bring every single day. I have a standard for the way I present myself. I have a standard for what time I show up. I'm never late, ever. I'm always here, 8 o'clock, right on the dot, every single day. I have a standard for the things that I do. I have a standard for the products that I create. I have a standard for the kind of clients that I work with. I have a standard for my inner circle. I have a standard for my for the websites that I build, right? I believe you guys would agree that I have a very recognizable standard. When you see anything that I ever create come across the web, you're like, that's Justin. It's got his It's got his special sauce all over that thing. You can feel it. Y'all agree with that? I want you guys to think about yourself and think for yourself. This is really a matter of like thinking and really brainstorming. Can you think for yourself, what kind of standard can I put on my brand and my business? What kind of standard can I put into my branding and into my marketing and into my product development that's recognizable? You can tell when I create something. You don't need to see my face to know it came from me, right? The red gives it away often. But my graphics and my, the things that I build, you can tell the websites that I've built. Those guys that know me well, you see a website come out, you're like, Justin built that. You can tell. It's all over it. Justin created that logo. I can tell. Justin created that sizzle reel. Justin absolutely built that Facebook ad. It's all over it. Justin formatted that ebook. Yep. Justin published that book. That book cover is by Justin. It's got him all over it. You can see, you can tell. It's just the way I am. It's a recognizable standard. All right? That's important. I think it's powerful. It's powerful to think about that for yourself and think about, how can I create my own spirit of excellence on the things that I put my hands to, so that it's recognizable. People can see it, and they can tell. I can tell that that's got you on it. All right. The last one, number 9, is have something to offer or somewhere to go. Have something to offer or somewhere to go. That doesn't have to be crazy. It just needs to be an option. You just have to have an option for people. So as they engage with you, as they get to know you, and as they are drawn and have appeal to you, what is their next step? Where do they go from here? So you can go to my website, justincapandpro.com. I've got a whole bunch of free resources there. If you click on free resources, there's all kinds of stuff that you can download. You can engage. That's something to offer. I have a powerful document that I challenge everybody to go through at the beginning of the year. It's called my Goal Crusher, my 2020 Goal Crusher. I wrote my Goal Crusher 3 years ago, and I refresh it every year. It's one of the most powerful documents I've ever written, and it's a step-by-step guide to walk you through the process of identifying what means the most to you, framing up what is your desires and commitments for the new year, and then creating a plan for how you're going to accomplish and crush your goals in the new year. If you suck at crushing goals, I need you to go to my website and download that Goal Crusher. And I got a whole bunch of people in this room that'll tell you that thing's an animal. It's not easy. You can't go through it in an hour. It'll take you some time to work on that thing and map that thing out, but it's worth it. It'll absolutely change your world. Eye opener, right? It rocks. I challenge you, if you have never done that, go to my website today, download my 2020 Goal Crusher. It's free. And work through it. It's 37 pages of walking you step by step to identify what you want most and how you're going to get it done. All right? That's something to offer and somewhere to go. If I got anybody in this, you know what? I'll do this today. I wasn't planning on doing this today, but I'll do this today too. I would like to do, I guess I could call it a strategy session, but really what I would like to do is I would like to do a branding review with people. No charge. If anybody's like, if I got anybody that's like, maybe you've established your brand, maybe you've got some things in play, but you're not getting the results that you want, and you want this year to be different, and you would like me just to do a review with you, to look at what you have, look at your website, look at your social media, look at your content, look at the things you've created, look at your engagement, and just, I'll tell you, I can see it like a glass door. This is where you're missing it. This is where you can improve. This is what next step I would do. I'll tell you point blank, if I was running your business, running your brand, this is exactly what I would do over the next 30, 60, 90 days. If you want that I would love to chat with you. On the flip side of that, if I got something that's brand new, it's like, Justin, I have this idea. I have this, like I had one of these yesterday. A client reached out to Justin, I have a clothing line. I have this idea for the clothing line. I've been wanting to do it for forever. And I just need to know where to start. This is what I've done. This is where I got so far. Where do I go from here? I'm like, this is what you need to do. We mapped out a whole plan for what they need to do for it. Now go. Let's go do it. So, Michelle, I see you. This is why I want you to know. If you want to have that conversation with me, it's free. I normally charge $200 for a strategy session. I'm going to waive that. This is going to be free. 1 hour. Easily an hour. We may even go over an hour. All I need you to do is put your email in the chat stream. That's it. put your email in the chat stream, and what I'll do is I'll reach out to you directly, and we'll plan a time just to look at what you got going on, and we'll figure it out. This is not, if you have already done that strategy session with me, this is not for you. This is for people who have not had that call before, because I only do the free one once, okay? But I sincerely want to help. So if you need that help, drop your email in the chat stream, and I'll reach out to you directly. You guys can also contact me right down here. So JustinCapronPro@gmail.com is my email, or JustinCapronPro.com is my website. All you guys that are watching this on the replay, you can connect to me through my contact methods down here below. It'd be my pleasure to chat with you. Basically, what's going to happen, you'll send me an email, or I'll connect to you via email. We'll plan a time to talk. We'll line our schedules, and I'm just going to tell me about you. Tell me about you. What do you got going on? Michelle, I see you, girl. Thank you so much. Tell me about you, what's working, what's not working. We'll look at all your stuff, and I'll help you map out a plan forward so you can really change your world this year. All my people, all my clients, those of you guys, if you know someone, like I see Victoria's tagging someone in here, if you know someone who needs that call with me, you know that they would need that review with me, tag them in there. Tag them in the chat stream on Facebook. So-and-so, Justin is offering up a free branding review. Love for you to get plugged in, and it'd be my pleasure, right? I'm gonna leave you with that for today, guys. I know I've been on here 46 minutes. My goal is 30, but there's just so much good stuff that I wanted to get out to you today. Was that helpful? Was this a good broadcast for you? Let me put my summary of points up on the screen so you can grab it. There it is. There's my quote for the day. Every single thing you currently are and are not doing on social media is forming your brand identity, as well as the 9 tips that I gave you for you today. I put that on the screen so you can snapshot that image and take that with you. If you're on a mobile device, you can turn your mobile sideways. That'll fill up the screen, snapshot your screen, and you got an image of my notes that you can take with you for today. I'll leave that up for a couple more seconds, and then we're going to split out of here, all right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom. There you go, guys. I appreciate you. I know 47 minutes of your time is so incredibly valuable, and I appreciate you. I appreciate the fact that you guys are willing and committed to hang out with me for that entire 47 minutes of time and gather this information. Hopefully it was good for you and was worth your time this morning. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Have an intentional day today. Be intentional with your time today. Be intentional with your talent. Be a good steward of the gifts that God has given you, and I will see you all around the web. All right, take care. God bless, and I'll see you guys later.